Back. We are back on the 944 after coming back with a whole bunch of cool race car parts. I'll give you another quick run around on those, but I got a little happy, got a little excited, and started putting a bunch of stuff together and didn't record it. But it was a lot of tiddly-bit stuff that I kind of just wanted to lay it out and take a good picture for Instagram. So I did that, but a lot of stuff still needs to be gone through. So let me take you in and I'll show you what's going on.
Might be the one time I'm speechless.
All right, so I just put this bar in here to mock it up. I do have to clean it up and paint it, but this is what holds the nose panel in place so that I can put the radiator in. So that's going to go there. We're repurposing some mounts, and they're going to basically kind of go like that and sit there and hold the radiator just at the right level. So I'm very excited about that. We already have the coilovers in. It is, and the big brakes. This is so exciting. Obviously, we need to finish some plumbing here. I didn't want to put a fitting on until I knew what fit. I started hiding the wiring harness also. So this is going to be part of the harness tuck. And this is where some of these components are going to go. Obviously, it's just kind of roughed out and laid out right here. I got to figure out where that went, because that concerns me. The harnesses ran for the engine, and it looks beautiful. So we've got a couple O2 connectors here that are unplugged that will stay down that way. So this is all nice and pretty now with the brake lines. We have a manual steering rack. Let's go down here. The manual steering rack has been installed. New tie rods on it. New boots. Those are Mevotech tie rods. I'm very excited by those. Roll bar is just sitting there. We have to sand it and prime it and prep it for paint. It's going to be gold. It's going to look so fly. We got a whole bunch of parts from FCP. I have a proper oil filter that is now lifetime guarantee and warranty. Thank you, FCP. Oil, same thing. I do not have an oil pan. I have the oil pan. I have the old oil pan. I have not made an oil pan with my neighbor yet. That's coming up. The wrong brake pads and brake kit, because I'm an idiot. We got the seats, harnesses, two different colors slightly. Maybe I'll dye it. I don't know. One's a 6-point, one's a 5-point, and I got it with a deal with the seats. So beggars can't be choosers. And what else do we have? We got a pedal box, which because I did all this, I am not going to put in for this season. I will work on that next year. That's this tilt and pedal box in this box. And then the rest of the rear suspension components and big brake upgrade. So that's all going to go in at a later time. I don't need it right now. The big brakes in the front are great, and unfortunately, I can modify the coilovers to fit in it, and I might do that for now, but I don't want to take the whole suspension apart quite yet, because I'll be getting rid of the torsion bars and everything. It's not something I want to do. So with that very long ramble, I'm going to go ahead and jump in and mount the radiator. Once we mount that, we can go ahead and run some plumbing. I'm so excited about that. Then it'll look like a car. Once the radiator's in and plumbed, I already have the fuel lines plumbed. I already have the oil lines plumbed. Last thing left to plumb is this. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. We're going to come up here. I'm going to have to nip that guy off, but we're going to come up here and go right up there. And this guy is going to go right around the radiator, right here, basically here, and goes right down, and it's going to go into the turbo. Then we wrap the exhaust, we put it on, we put the oil pan on, and it starts. Stay tuned.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, 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 I just wanna be great.
did some mocking. This was fantastic. Made the mounts, mocked up what is about an inch using cardboard for the isolators for the radiator. This is my new handy dandy mount, this yellow piece of 3M tape. It's fantastic, it's probably permanent. No, I'm gonna end up making two little L brackets right here that I will I'll weld it right here and have it L down, and we'll bolt it right onto the shroud here. We got the fan installed to check for clearances. We have the bottom hose, which was the perfect length, and everything fits so phenomenally short. The rubber grommets and everything that they give us with the kit is actually this to me is a little cheese, a little more hot rod than I'm a fan of, but I'm gonna run it. And these sit nice in here, nice in there. If you get it in there the right way, like so, and clearly they go like so. They have little reducers and stuff in them, which is very nice, so that you can get the right size pipe that you need. So the bottom is going to go together very easily. I am going to get another chunk of this to go to the back. I'm going to modify it to the T that I have and put that back, so I'll do that. But this looks phenomenal. I have to obviously take it all apart and paint it, but once I do these two mounts, I'll be painting this black and then the bottom rail. So we'll pick this up tomorrow, and that's what we're going to do. We'll fab these up in the morning and take everything apart, radiator related, and paint it. I don't think I'm going to paint the radiator. I think I'm just going to leave it silver, gold, or whatever, polished, whatever you want to call it. It's shiny, and it'll go with the shiny pipe. So I'm going to leave it. I can always change my mind later. So that's it. Have yourself a good night. We'll see you in a few seconds. It's the morning. How we doing? I've already done some stuff. Let me catch you up. So, as we left off last night, we kind of just rough mounted everything to see what's going on, so I could start making the rest of the mounting for the radiator. That looks so good. I've already cut the strips for the dingleberry, and I've got one right here. I got to drill a hole real quick, bolt it in, then I'll be able to weld it up on this side up against this bar right about here-ish. And so that's the first one I did. I have to do the second one, but this came out quite nice. And then once I do that, I could take this bar off, I could take the radiator out, I could take that bottom support bracket off for the radiator, and I could paint all of those black and get those drying in the sun while it's still nice out and it's still daylight out. After that, I'll let you know what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing next. Two mounts drilled with the bolts. Kind of loosen them, need some love, and they look to be, that one, I cut this one just a smooching too short, but you're never going to see it regardless, because the nose panel sits right there, and I mean, even if you look around, you're just going to see some cleaned up weld and it painted black anyway. You'll never notice that eighth or 16th of an inch. I mean, maybe an eighth, maybe a 16th. Anyway, I'm going to do some quick ticky-tackies. Yeah. Hi, howdy. All right. So, paint the bottoms first. That way, when I flip it over, if I scratch it, I don't care. And then we'll paint the tops. So, laid some paint down. We'll wait for that to dry. We'll flip it over. We'll spray some more. And we'll be good to go in just a few minutes here, hopefully. A few seconds for you guys. A few minutes for me, I hope. I did some things. Did some mapping. While I painted that, I started to kind of map out the intercooler piping. Gonna cut this. I gotta see if there's an S, like a step up. If not, I'm just gonna cut this a little bit shorter, so I could put another 90 on it, and we'll make our own little S. Going right up to this, which will sit real nice. It'll sit right about nya. And that looks fantastic. That looks fantastic from here, especially on camera. God damn. This side, same thing, same concept. It's gonna S, obviously. That's gonna be cut and rolled and S over. And then this is actually gonna go like so. And then I'll be able to do a 90 down to the turbo. So that is fantastic. Super excited. Radiator's actually mounted. This is great. We are going to run the plumbing for the feed and the return. We're going to put the coolant tank back in, which I hope fits around that, because I just realized that I've now moved that into a different angle. Shit. Anyway, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it shortly here. But I'm going to run the plumbing for coolant and also work on the turbo plumbing, the intercooler plumbing, and the intake. So I have to mount the turbo. I'll then soon be mounting the exhaust after I wrap it. Oh man, we're strides, grr baby, strides. This is fantastic. So, do me a favor. That's not sunglasses. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to be getting this thing going real quick. The only thing that will hold me up is me begging my neighbor to help me weld my oil pan, and I haven't even asked him yet, so I should probably do that. See you next time.